Welcome back to my channel, Taurus. To both my new subscribers and my current subscribers, you are always appreciated. So much love and thank you to all those that follow. Please remember, general readings only take what resonates. If it doesn't speak to you this month, check back next month. And I also just to allow some flexibility on the time frames because you're all at different stages of life, so you're not all going to be making the same decisions on the same day. So starting out using the Akashic Tarot by Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. I'm also using the Rider-Waite deck as well, but first card out is Setting the Course. So I feel this month there's a renewed sense of hope here for you, and you're definitely feeling much more positive. I feel you're moving away from a darker place, though, but you're certainly seeing the destination ahead here. So this month you have the opportunity to really expand personally and professionally. I feel there's a lot of energy coming in around collaboration, a lot. And certainly I feel this is where you are starting to really dabble and explore interests for some of you, really dabble and explore in areas that you've not had the time before or that you've just never really made time for. But there's definitely a lot of potential in you. And I feel that you just haven't explored yourself on all these different realms or areas of yourself. So whether that means diving in, spiritually or in crafts and arts and things like that, but maybe it's a whole new territory altogether, simply because there's definitely some kind of a new beginning that's coming in here, and something that I feel is it's making you feel as though it's a new beginning. So as I said, for many of you, I feel this is you really taking advantage of opening up your world again in some way. I feel that you were in a really closed off space, that you've been in some kind of a healing mode here. For others, this card speaks to travel. There's a whole bunch of other cards here that are coming through on travel as well. So I feel that there's, if not travel this month, there's definitely plans around it. But in terms of relationships, there is a real potential here with a grounded offer that's coming through, and that's because it's clarified here, setting the course with the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel a lot of you were, maybe feeling a little isolated in some ways. I mean, I suppose for the most part, a lot of us are here too, but we've got the Eight of Swords here following. So to me, there's some kind of indication that you were feeling restricted here, just blocked off, closed off, just not feeling as though you were in a place. Maybe you had to do the solitary healing, that kind of thing, and that's why you were in that space. But either way, it just feels like there was some kind of restriction there. So the other thing here, though, is in terms of relationships, I feel you are definitely, as I said, coming through with, you've got the Seven of Wands and you've also got the Ace of Pentacles. So to me, I really feel, because it's clarifying the Oracle card there, I feel in terms of relationships, again, there's a new offer that's coming through here. It's a real grounded offer. There's real potential. This is long term. There's new levels of depth that can be attained. For others of you, this will be a situation where there's a better understanding, where there may have been some conflict, and certainly there may have been some competition, either between you or some kind of a disagreement of some sort here, definitely for this month, or that you're getting over. But there is, in terms of business, there is definitely some kind of a new offer in business coming through. So a new job or something that is going to help grow your finances in a very lucrative way, and I feel a very long-term way for sure. But definitely grounded relationship that has a new beginning, solid foundation, and reaching some practical understandings, I feel, between you and another this month. There is a real strong determination with that Seven of Wands, and I feel that is, between, well, in terms of a relationship, I feel between the two of you, you are really willing to go the long haul and see this thing through, because this is somebody, I feel that you feel that investment, you feel that you're invested in some way, and that the two of you can really make things work. But again, going back to this energy here, I feel there was something along that line where you were feeling a little cut off, restricted, or alone in some way. But I feel, again, you're rising above these difficulties and you're really making things work here. This could be in a business relationship, business dynamic, or however, again, that resonates for you. But that is what I feel is going on there. So you're rising above the difficulties and really making things work. So the next card out in terms, I should throw out there in terms of finance as well. Some of you may be traveling for work. There may be a journey that brings a wealth of experiences here for others. Because again, not everybody's after, sort of that monetary aspect. So, I mean, it's going to speak to a couple of different groups here. So for some of you, it's again, looking for those experiences and you're really finding those things. And for others, it's in terms of finance, it's definitely building your wealth here. And it speaks to a better job. It speaks to raises, taking on a job or some situation where there's more responsibility. Whatever it is, there's something that comes with more responsibility, more focus, more leveling up with your skills, your talents, more resources that you're having to build around it. But it's definitely giving you the sense that there's some kind of new beginning. And again, new employment or levels where you're, or maybe it feels like new employment, but there's levels in this employment, for others of you. It just feels like somehow you're moving up in some way where there's a lot more responsibility and a lot more that's being asked of you where you're having to invest more of yourself. So again, you're feeling a level of independence because of all of this, and it really feels like there's some kind of new beginning, for you to work up to. And again, there's also something that's coming through here that, I feel like you're improving your status or it's building up an area of your life in some way that, is, well, for the better anyway. It's for a positive. It's a positive. Definitely a lot of creativity and a lot of creative energy in this reading here as well. Um, but yeah, it does feel as though, as I said, something's driving you forward to keep going and whatever this new beginning is anyway. You're very willing to go the course. So very, very strong sense that whatever you're working on will be working on a long-term level and it's moving to a new level. So again, it's a big undertaking, a lot more responsibility, a lot more of your personal investment in it. You could be working alongside other professionals as well to bring it to new levels because there's a lot of energy around collaboration. But I feel you're really making some kind of craftsmanship is involved in this. Like there's some kind of real perfectionistic kind of ideal around it. That's all I can say here. And it could even be on the home front as well, in terms of, maybe you're doing some renovation and this is really, something that is quite a creative long-term investment. But either way, moving on here to the Akashic Library. This is, you coming out of this contemplative space where you may have been withdrawn, considering your next moves, tapping into your intuition here, becoming more self-aware of your next steps here in the grand scheme of things, but there is a renewed sense of purpose, focus, task-based energy as well. So again, for some of you, this really tends toward creative projects, writing, drawing, whatever it is that you're choosing to create or invest in. Again, this could be even a project around the home where you're starting to renovate, start painting and building things, but but the energy is still more of a casual, laid back energy. So for all the activity that's going on, and even though there's more responsibility, it feels like you're opening up to it. So in this month of June. So I don't feel like you're charging ahead. I feel like you are maybe taking more of an authoritative role, however, but I feel that you're letting things open up to you and you're still fairly casual about moving forward. And as I said, there may have been some kind of situation here where there was some kind of restriction and mental conflict because we also have we've got clarifiers as well of the world and the moon and the strength card as well as the Queen of Wands. I feel the Queen of Wands is likely you coming through in this reading here, but for the look of the cards here is clarifiers. I mean, you're tying up some kind of end cycle. There's other cards here that pull out with 9s and 10s and that kind of thing too. So I feel that something was a little unclear here with the moon, a lot of anxiety, a lot of shadow work, that kind of thing. Might have been an ego-related situation, dynamic where there was somebody that was, this was based around something that, gave them a sense that they were losing a part of themselves, some part of their ego was hurt here. But definitely closing out that cycle. And there's a lot of cards that come through here about a victory. So certainly it looks like it bodes well for you. Whatever this mental conflict was, or this restriction, or this, I feel that you were really tired of something. That's what it feels like. And it was based on maybe some kind of misunderstanding, as I said, that may have been arising repeatedly, but it really drew on your energy. And as I said, there's the Nine of Pentacles and the World card, and, tens and that kind of thing, conclusive cards that are coming out here. So it does, to me, feel as though you may have created may have been able to think of a creative solution and get a clearer picture ahead. But either way, you're coming through with this victorious, and certainly with the Strength card, it may have been been something you had to really work through, do some inner work with, but there's a new spark anyway, either way for you. So you may have been dealing with somebody that was maybe that as a profession is a lawyer, or somebody on the legal front, or dealing with somebody in a legal aspect here. The Queen of Roses, I feel, is also, you coming through here. But we've got clarifiers here with, again, so many threes coming through. I hate to even say third party, but there's just a real energy around that as well for some of you. Not for all of you, obviously, but maybe there was interference. So it doesn't necessarily have to be third party as in, on a romantic front. Maybe there was a partnership, or three people involved in a partnership or something like that, even in business, that could have been an issue. But certainly there is definitely collaboration on some level, and there is somebody here where there was some kind of conflict. So, and I'm getting a weird feeling that there could have even been two conflicts, one on more of a romantic front, and the other, maybe even with a family dynamic. Not really sure there. One of them might have been more professional, but it feels like there's two anyway. Okay, so again, I feel you are the energy of the Queen here. So the Queen of Roses definitely represents, you being more in an optimistic mindset. You're self-sufficient with that Nine of Pentacles, more independent, more bold, self-assured, that kind of thing. And certainly in your connections, you're much more self-assured, and in your affairs overall this month. But this is really a nurturing kind of a person here as well with the Queen of Roses. So again, collaborative energy here with the threes, creative energy. Definitely the news coming through here that you are going to win, whatever this is, that, there was a challenge of some sort. It does actually feel like you're getting some kind of recognition here too. And again, the Chariot card also speaks to travel. So I do feel for sure that's in the works here. Definitely a challenging situation. Again, could have been some kind of a conflict with a fire sign, air sign. But you're definitely feeling much more bold and assured in your position. Again, that World card, setting up plans to travel. Chariot card also speaks to that, but you're accomplishing something of great importance to you this month. So again, maybe you've completed some kind of home project that you were hoping would be completed here soon, and it is. So, but whatever this challenge was, for sure, it feels like it's on a few different fronts here. So again, drawing a lot of your resources here with the Magician card, definitely having to build up your skills on some level. And that may have taken, as I said, more of an investment of you with other people, but you're recommitting to a situation here. So again, on a relationship front, that can also speak to that as well. You're just really putting in, more persistence, and it's paying off. You found the courage to face something here. You're realigning your inner world here as well. But you're overall more optimistic, and you're stronger, and there's a deeper understanding of the situation, I feel, overall as well, whatever that conflict was. So again, just to reiterate as we're finishing up here, the Queen of Roses, loving, nurturing woman. This is someone that, again, I still feel like there's a falling out here, either with a family member or some kind of a work relationship, or, work dynamic and partner, whatever it is there. It feels like there's two, but it's some kind of a situation around a woman. And whether this was you, as a mother image, maternal instincts, or characteristics rather, but you're feeling challenged in some way. So again, lots of collaborative energy around this month, whether you're getting some kind of interference from someone else. And again, third party doesn't have to be in a romantic front. Could be third party, just somebody coming in and, getting in the way of a partnership, or or getting in the way of a personal relationship, but there's some kind of interference here as well, because it does speak, there's 3 of Swords and so on that comes through with that, around that conflict as well. But there's definitely something that's being healed in terms of a relationship here, and there is more of a connection overall. So it's boding well, but you are still in a bit of a place of healing, and I feel again you're coming out of a darker space here, because you are birthing into this new spot here, into this new level. You feel like you're able to blossom here again. So again, someone possibly professional in status here, strongly getting that. I feel that they have been a positive influence on a situation. So, but again, there's really a clear victory, an achievement of some sort, and that I feel some of you are really getting recognized for this month. So it may have been a lot of jealousy or competition as well, again, around that 5 of Wands, but overall victory is yours. So definitely move past some kind of difficult situation here. So again, lots of conclusions, 9s, 10s, world cards, the Chariot card, all of that speaks to you moving away from something, and you're starting a whole new cycle here with the Birth card. Again, so many 3s. So definitely somebody involved here that was, maybe it was a mother situation. I'm not sure, but because there's strong maternal feeling or motherly sort of energy around this, and family as well with the 10s, but there's a conflict somewhere that was on the home front, and I feel that there is, you're walking away from it, or choosing to, turn away from that situation. I do feel that a lot of you have, support as well, so I don't feel like you're doing any of this alone. Whatever it is that you were going through emotionally, you're feeling much more liberated in some way. So a lot of happiness, looks like a lot of support around you as well, as I mentioned. Definitely breaking free from something this month and putting the past behind you. So again, for others of you that are on the work front, you found a better job, or you've moved up in a position, a lot more responsibility. But either way, with that 8 of Cups, I feel that you're striking out in somewhat new way, more emotionally. I feel is the bigger change here, because I feel like you've shifted your mindset in a very big way. So you're finding your way here. You're giving up what looks like, a depressed period or a low period, just where you weren't feeling very sure of yourself or a situation, but you're not allowing it to take away from the things that you love this month. You have your spark back, especially with that Queen of Wands there. So again, 8 of Cups really supports some kind of travel here as well. Speaks to me in that way anyway. And again, if it's not this month, you're making the plans for that very soon. So again, some kind of a project that you're just getting started on, or is making you feel like it is a whole new big undertaking, though, that is going to involve some other people here. But again, that could speak to a renovation, a new work situation where there's a lot more responsibility, more people to, brainstorm with, or whatever it is to move things to the next level. But this looks to be something pretty substantial that you're diving into this month. I feel like you're going to have to use a lot of your resources and skills to pull this off and really invest yourself in it. And so it is going to be more of a challenging month for you, but you're just more open to it overall. So, and that's where we've got the Architect that's coming in there as well. So that is, there's just a few extra cards that I pulled, and those will be from the Osho Zen Tarot, just more along general advice. But just as far as the 1 of Keys here, again, that's just the energy of you really taking back your power, really creating something big and substantial that you're getting started with. So the next cards out here, these are the Osho cards, and interestingly enough, they kind of speak to the same sort of framework. So we've got have patience, that you've been feeling like a bit of an outsider here, and you just need to have some courage. You're opening up to a whole new expansive level of awareness, and you will be flowering. So I want to read the meanings of these cards because they're really quite unique, and regardless of whatever your spiritual inklings might be, and your religious ideals, just be open to the concept of the imagery versus because there's a lot of references with Buddhism and so on, but I just really like some of just the way it was expressed anyway. So first off, just to start with the card of patience, it says that we have forgotten how to wait, and it's almost an abandoned space. So it says our greatest treasure is to be able to wait for the right moment. The whole existence waits for the right moment. So the trees know it when it's about to bring flowers, or when it's time to bring things into flowering. So when it's time to let go of all the leaves and stand naked against the sky, they are still beautiful. They are still beautiful in the nakedness, waiting for that new foliage with a great trust. So basically, the new will soon be coming. The new leaves will start growing. And in silence and waiting, something inside you goes on growing. Your authentic being, and one day it just becomes a flame and your whole personality is shattered. You're a new man, you're a new woman. This new man, this new woman knows what ceremony is. And this new person has life's eternal juices invested. So then the next card is the outsider. So again, I really feel like they work in tandem here, because the outsider really speaks to, you feeling yourself as the outsider, going through a transitory period. Not, you have to be alert not to fill yourself with pain and misery, and just to stand on your own 2 feet and find a way to be connected with existence, and to go inwards and to center yourself and be still. Because when you're disconnected physically, the disconnection was absolutely necessary to make you an individual in your own right, but you are not disconnected from the universe. Your connection with the universe is consciousness. And that's where, of course, the cards lead to with the grouping that I pulled. So it's about going deep, finding great awareness, being watchful, witnessing, and finding the connections and things to be able to reconnect back. And then, of course, that takes courage to be able to move into that space, and then you will, be able to grow into the flower. So the courage is where the seed cannot know what is going to happen. The seed has never known the flower, and the seed cannot even believe that it has the potential to become a beautiful flower. Long is the journey, and it is always safer not to go on that journey, because it's an unknown path and it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. 1,001 are the hazards of the journey. Many are the pitfalls, and the seed is secure. Hidden inside is a core, but the seed tries, it makes an effort, it drops the hard shell, which is its security, and it starts moving. Immediately the fight starts, the struggle with the soil, with the stones, with the rocks. And the seed was very hard, and the sprout will be very soft, and dangers will be many. There was no danger for the seed. The seed could have survived a millennia. But for the sprout, many are the dangers. But the sprout starts towards the unknown, towards the sun, towards the source of light, not knowing where and not knowing why. Great is the cross to be carried, but a dream possesses the seed, and the seed moves. The same is the path for man. It is arduous. Much courage will be needed. Okay, skipping on to consciousness. There's only one more card here again after that one. But consciousness is, we welcome the unknown, we go on moving into the unknown. So we will come again. We have been here thousands of times, and we will be here thousands of times. Our essential being is immortal, but our body, our embodiment is mortal. Our frame in which we are, our houses, the body, the mind, they are made of material things. They will get tired, they will get old, they will die. But your consciousness, the word is no mind, is something beyond body and mind, something beyond everything, that no mind is eternal. It comes into expression and goes into the unknown. The movement from the unknown to the known becomes enlightened. Then there is his last life. Then his flower will not come back again. This flower that has become aware of itself need not come back to life, because life is nothing but a school in which to learn. He has learned the lesson. He is now beyond delusions. He will move from the known for the first time, not into the unknown, but into the unknowable. Sorry, my eyes are blurring up a little bit, so it's a little harder sometimes to read as I do these a little late at night. So the next one is flowering, and this is that final stage. So I feel this is the journey of where you're headed, definitely into a deeper awareness. But Zen wants you living in abundance, living in totality, living intensely, not at the minimum, but at the maximum, overflowing. Your life should reach to others, your blissfulness, your benediction, your ecstasy, should not be contained within you like a seed. It should open you like a flower and spread its fragrance and all of its sundry, not only to the friends, but to the strangers too. Real compassion, real love, your sharing your enlightenment, sharing your dance of the beyond. Okay, well, that's what I have for you, Taurus. So I'll try to do some money readings here too in the next short bit, a little time dependent. But meantime, that's what I have for you. Stay safe and keep moving forward.